car, stop it, I'm getting out.
You want me to stop the car?
Yes, I'm getting out.
Shh, fine. You can get out after you pay for your bill.
You expect me to pay? You've been on the phone, I'm not going to pay.
What?
I want to see your green card. I want to make sure that you're sent back wherever you came from.
Did you just ask me for my green card?
Yes.
Really? You want to see my green card? Okay, hold on. Hold on, James. Yeah. Where's my Iboni Bomiwa?
What are you saying?
Hold on, I'm looking for my gun. Iboni Bomiwa. Yeah. Crazy woman. Why don't you wait and see my green card? Well, hello everyone. My name is Joseph Jaiyeoba. I'm an actor. I started acting when I was a kid, when I was like 5 years old and growing up in Ibadan. There used to be a TV station called BCOS, and they used to have this, it's like a kids program every Saturday. So my parents used to take me there and we do this kids program. They record it and then they show it every Saturday. So I started when I was really young. But as time goes along, my parents kind of thought I was taking this thing too seriously, this acting thing too seriously. So they kind of just shipped me to the States so I could get away from the acting. So when I was on with my first degree, went to law school, I just decided to get back into it. So yeah, I am now.
You know what you're asking of me? Did you think about it? Did you ponder?
What are you talking about? I only asked for your help.
I didn't know it was gonna happen this way. You're talking like I had it planned out. What do I do now?
You cut it off, of course.
Cut what off?
The marriage arrangement. How could you say something like that?
Because you act like an animal. You act like a fucking animal. Well, back in those days when I was growing up in Ibadan, doing those programs and at BCOS, it was fun, you know. That was when I knew I wanted to be an actor. Like, that's all I dreamed about. That's what I woke up for. I used to, sometimes my parents would not even allow me to go for the recordings, but I used to sneak out of the house and knowing that I would get in trouble for it. And, you know, my parents would ground me and, you know, they're not going to give me, like, you know, food money for school. And, you know, I really did not care about those things, like the punishment that came along, because, you know, then that was my passion. That was what I that was what I wanted to do. So I remember, like, I would sneak out of the house, go for the recording. When I get back home, like, obviously, like, back then, you know, they used to cane us, you know. So my mom, my dad used to have this, my dad uses a belt, my mom uses a cane, you know. So, like, it's like I'm getting, like my dad and mom like beats me together because they keep telling me, you can't act, you're not going to do this acting thing, we don't want you doing this acting, you know. But the second day I would still get up and still go anyway, you know. I just did not care about the punishment, because that was where my art is, you know. Acting is what I wanted to do.
Please, leave it alone. I mean, this could be Bolu's way of getting rid of you.
That's not true. He gave me a promise ring.
Yo, I'll tell you what's up. I'll be damned if I let some stinking ass African play me for a fool.
Oh, so now I'm a stinking African?
Why are you still driving a cab?
Was there any financial gain when I was growing up with acting? No. Of course, what they gave us was like biscuits and minerals. That was enough, you know, because the acting thing was just so, that was like my passion. So every time I'm acting, like even as a child, there's this fulfillment, like I was just fulfilled with it, you know. So it did not even matter if there was any money coming from it. It was just the fact that I was doing what I wanted to do, you know. I think what they paid us back then was just biscuits and minerals. And you know, as a child growing up, that was enough.
In the first place, it's plan.
11 digits to your coffin, 9 in one.
I decided to go into law because, you know, I'm like, okay, if this acting thing doesn't work out, at least the second thing I love to do will be law, you know, because my grandfather was a lawyer, and, you know, I really looked up to him, and he was a humanitarian, you know, back in the village my mother came from, in Ibadan, Labo, Lake Kuro, if I could remember, you know. So my grandfather used to be like more like the person that fought for people's rights, you know, like the less privileged. So I was able to spend some time with him back then. So I knew if I wasn't doing the acting thing, I was going to become a lawyer. So that's why I decided to go for law, and I went to law school. But even with that, I was still not fulfilled. So I'm like, okay, at least I did this law thing for my parents. Now let me get back into what I really love to do. But even along the way, when I was, you know, going to law school, I never really stopped acting, because as an actor, you never really stop acting. Like in church, I was part of a drama group in church. Even when I was doing my undergrad in the university in the States, I still did theater art as a minor, you know. So it was always been part of me. It was just about when would I break into the industry, or when would I get back into the industry, you know. So, but the law thing was because, you know, I knew if I wasn't acting, it was going to be law, you know. And then I was using that to fulfill what my parents wanted, like to have an education, to have something to fall back on.
It's time you guys started behaving like real couples. You don't know who's watching.
You know I cannot afford it.
And then get your shit and get out of my house.
As law helped me in the acting world, I'm not sure if it has, you know. I think what law has done for me was just open my eyes, you know, as a business person, you know, because, you know, eventually this acting thing, apart from it being a passion, it's also a business, because you don't want to be doing something and you're not making any money from it. Yes, you love what you do. Yes, and then there's a time when you do it for passion, and then there's a time when you have to find a way for it to make money for you. You know, because what's the point at the end of the day? You know, so I think what law has done for me is just open my eyes on how to make this business grow, and then my plan for the future in the acting industry. You know.
So nice to see you.
Nice to meet you too.
Please have a seat.
Thank you.
That dress looks so good on you.
Thank you. A little something I picked out of my closet.
When I saw your picture, I just had to ask your cousin for your number.
Oh, it's no problem. I'm excited. I'm excited to be here. I've never done the whole blind date thing either. That's new for me. But hey, I'm out here vacationing in Lagos, so why not?
Well, so the skits with Adunia Date Gone Bad, you know, that was actually Aduni's idea to do a skit, you know, because I remember when I first met Aduni, it was like 3 years ago. When I met her, she had this idea of doing a skit where, you know, it's a white girl or a mixed girl, an half-caste, who is on a date with this Nigerian guy, a Yoruba guy. And, you know, the Yoruba guy has his own intention of what he wants to do with her after the date, you know. And then he got on the phone with his friends, you know, saying all these nasty things, not knowing this girl could speak and understand Yoruba.
Hello? To worry, you can watch me right now. Ah, oh my God, come watch me. Ah, to worry, you will go my berry. Oh, my look, well, Benny. Wo, kò ní dàbí ọmọ àná yẹn tí mo lò bí ẹ̀mejì, eléyìí bí ẹ̀mẹ́ta ẹ̀mẹ́rin, màá lò pẹ̀lẹ́bẹ̀ tán ni, àti màá lò tán yẹn, mo á lè fọ ẹ̀yìn guys ẹ̀. Ọmọ kò tó má bá mi ṣe. No. Sorry, make sure pé ó lọ́nu yàrá. Bá mi clear gbogbo yàrá yẹn. Bá mi clear, kẹ́ni kankan máa sìn létí, bá tó wá ṣe tán, màá pè é. Okay, all right. Trust now. Okay, all right. Sorry about that. That's actually one of my personal assistants at work. They were just trying to get a message across to me from my CEO.
Ah! Ọkùnrin! Hey! You are talking to your PA. Jésù! Nítorí ìrẹsì tó gbé fún mi àti gbogbo sẹ̀rẹ̀rẹ̀ tó kó sórí ẹ̀. Ha! Ṣé èmi jọ ọbẹ̀? Èmi ló fẹ́ lò tán. Èmi ló fẹ́ lò gbẹ. Kó o lọ. Ìyẹn wá jẹ́ kí ni? Ìyẹn wá jẹ́ kí ni? Tí bá rẹ̀ kò lórí, ta ló fẹ́ mọ̀ òun bá sọ̀rọ̀? Rẹ̀ wo tèmi bá nítorí ráìsì o Jésù Kristi a máa pọ́ wèrè ara ẹ̀ lé èmi ló wá ta síbẹ̀ yẹn èmi ló fẹ́ lò ṣé mo jẹ ẹran ọ̀gbẹ́nu ọbẹ̀ ni àbí mo jọ pọ̀ mọ́ àbí pọ̀kọ̀tọ̀ olóṣì abẹnujọ̀nfà kó sì kúrò fún mi jàre wèrè ara ẹ̀ tí bá rí lẹ́ 40.
In fact, I got in trouble with those words because I'm also like a PA, a personal assistant to my pastor. And when my pastor saw that, he was like, what was this? Or what is this? And, you know, even though it's a movie, it's a skit, people still don't believe. Like, when I look at the comments online on the skits, you know, all the women, all the ladies are cussing the guy. Like, cussing me out. Like, oh, good for you. Slap him, knock him on his head. Like, that's how they all are. All men are dogs. You know, so in the beginning, I had to like do some damage control, like trying to explain that, oh, this is actually a skit, and you know, and a lot of women believe that thing actually happened for real. Like a lot of women thought it was for real, you know. And then I had to like, I remember going online, like on Facebook, on YouTube, trying to explain like it's just a skit, you know. And when people see me on the street, obviously, funny enough, when the guy sees me, they're like, oh yeah, I'm a guy, nice job. Like, oh yeah. And then when the women sees me, they're like, you're such a dog. How can you talk about women like that, blah, blah, blah. And, you know, I always have to explain myself like it's just a skit. And that is not who Joseph Jaiyeoba is, but he's just acting. And I'm glad I did that part because it's so far away from who I am. Like, I will not normally use those words like, mo fẹ́ look pẹ̀lẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀, mo fẹ́ jẹ tán, mo fẹ́, you know, like, you know, that's not me. But it was fun, you know, it was fun doing that skit. Dates good, bad, yeah. It was fun working with Adunia Day, yes. Like, I've been in the modeling industry for the last 15 years, you know. In the beginning, obviously, you're a bad boy, like you're a model, you just move into the States, and then, you know, you have all these girls around you. So I think I did a lot of those bad boy things at the beginning of my career, and there's a point where you kind of wear out of it, like you get tired of it, you know. So I think I'm glad that all happened, like in the early stage of my career, you know. And then now that I'm in the film industry, it's a little bit more maturity and discipline, because if I still have that kind of behavior coming into the industry, I would have done so much damages. Like, you know, it's, yeah, I think about it sometimes, and, you know, when with this industry, you have to have a certain amount of discipline, you know, in order for you know to like destroy yourself, destroy your name, you know, because it's so easy for, as a guy, you know, to just, you know, sleep with everybody that comes your way, but you can live life the way life presents itself to you, you know. You have to kind of take control of it, you know. Yeah, that's like putting me on the spot, actually. Am I available? Of course I am available, you know. Why not? Why am I not available? Nothing. Right now I'm available. I don't know about tomorrow, but yes, I am available. And yeah, if the right lady comes along, the right one, you know, God-fearing, a good girl. Show me the good girls in Lagos. Just the right, when the right one comes along, I will know, you know. So yeah, but yeah, I'm available. I'm free, you know. Look for me on social media, Joseph Jaiyeoba. So.
No! You are reading the same thing for the third time! Chief cannot do this to me! Chief didn't write this! It's not true! It's not true!
Without your help, everything my brother has worked for will have gone to that useless girl. Green holder from Harvard University. Master of Law from Yale. Very impressive. No wonder you've not lost any case for 5 years now.
Baba, I've been in many other films, like I've worked with Jaiyeoba Logo, All Well at Demola, Regina Chuku, Kodea Ford, Femi Adebayo. So yeah, I've done some films, you know. But now you're gonna even see me more, so just watch out for Joseph Jaiyeoba.
You know what baffles me the most in this whole situation is that you, of all people, sir, with your name and status, can be involved in such a scandal. Okay, I'm done for. Don't look on my road.
Why not Hollywood? Why Nollywood? Okay, couple of things. The American film industry is very competitive, you know, because you have millions of filmmakers, up and coming independent filmmakers trying to make it. So in my head, I kind of thought about it, like what can I do? And you know, the way the world is going right now, even the American film industry are collaborating with the Nigerian film industry. So I kind of thought about it, like, why not just go back to Nigeria? I already have where I have my backbone, do some good stuff there, build myself, and then use that to introduce myself to Hollywood, because then it makes it a little bit much easier than going to Hollywood to start from scratch. It's a tough also back in the States, you know. So I came here because I feel like I have a better chance to go back to Hollywood to make it.
No, you are not, David. You're only fighting for an helpless woman.
You know, your husband's family are right.
How could you say that?
Didn't you marry him because of money?
Don't yell at me.
I am not yelling.